as we continue with this afternoon's program. To introduce our first speaker this afternoon, it is my great pleasure to let you know that this speaker hails from the private sector. Having studied accounting, he has had careers in insurance, banking, and retail. He has served on many community organizations and public and private sector boards. He's a former president of the Supermarket Association. Ladies and gentlemen, his political career has been equally diverse. He was an alderman at the Arima Borough Council, a former chairman of the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation, and an ambassador at large. Ladies and gentlemen, he served as joint lead negotiator for CARICOM and chaired several committees of the People's National Movement. At present, he is the party's public relations officer and presently is the Minister of Health. Ladies and gentlemen, College of Mayaro Recreation Grounds. Let's put our hands together and welcome to the microphone our presenter, Senator the Honorable Jerry Narace, Minister of Health.
Let me see the girl with the steadiest wine, you know you got the wickedest shine. The body me you got so divine. Girl them winding up when they hear the soca. Waistline turning wrong like it have a motor. Rhythm thumping and they driving them loca. Roll and tumble down and wind up your bumper. Let's go, roll steady. Make it stick, make it drop one tick, put up, roll back. We not say roll belly. Girl if it in a sack, in a bill back, cause your hot like Pamela bumper.
Which is the only political party with a vision for every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And which is the only political party capable of delivering on that vision. Mr. Party Chairman, Senator the Honorable Conrad Enel, our esteemed political leader and Prime Minister, the Honorable Patrick Manning, and Minister of Local Government, Senator Hazel Manning, our Youth Speaker, Ms. Sarah Garcia, officers, Cabinet and other parliamentary colleagues, representatives of local government, constituency representatives, you great PNM members and supporters. It is a pleasure to address you this evening and a distinct privilege to serve the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And for that, I say to you, thank you very much. I want to start by quoting President Barack Obama, who said, "Unity is the only way we can overcome the essential deficit that exists in the country today." President Obama was not referring to a budget deficit or a trade deficit or a deficit of good ideas and new plans in the United States. He was referring to a moral deficit, an empathy deficit, an inability to recognize ourselves in one another, to understand that we are our brother's keeper and we are our sister's keeper. His words are as applicable in Trinidad and Tobago today as they are in the United States. And my dear friends, that is why I am so proud to be associated with this great political institution, the People's National Movement. I am clear that this is the only political party in this country that makes morality and integrity in public life a key element of its platform. We recognize the significance of filling that moral deficit which widened so significantly during the 95 to 2001. Today, we are still seeking to bring that back into balance. But let us revisit. You remember 1991? Well, Mr. Man, I'm sure you do. You remember when the burden fell on the PNM to rescue Trinidad and Tobago in a time of economic turmoil. You may recall that people were losing their jobs. Businesses were closing down. People were lining up to buy US dollars. Unemployment was 19% and poverty was over 36%. It was a most difficult time for the people of this country. But it was PNM vision and PNM policies and PNM delivering on both under the leadership of Prime Minister Patrick Manning. It was his leadership that brought us out of that guava season and eventually onto the road to solid economic performance, which is visible till today. But that was not enough, you know, because after the 1995 elections, all you know what happened? And what the voters said? The voters said to the Prime Minister, you fix the economy, but you need to look after the working people. All you remember? Right. So what did he do? He went back to the drawing board. He developed policies and programs to deliver just what the working people of this country had asked for. And so, as the PNM returned to office during the period 2001 to 2007, we delivered on houses. We increased senior citizen grants. We provided free tertiary education. We provided free school books, more buses, high-tech computers in school, breakfast and lunch meals. All you remember? We introduced social, community, youth, and training programs across the country, and a whole lot more. And how did all of this happen? It happened because the Prime Minister himself chaired the Social Sector Committee. All you know that? And he took the Ministry of Finance and said, the portfolio that is, and said that he wanted to ensure that he delivered on those programs. And what we recognize is because there was an urgent need to make a difference in people's lives. One that would be clear and widespread. And ladies and gentlemen, so we did. Is that true? Right. But you know what's the most important intervention any government can make? Is one in healthcare. Because people's health is close to their hearts, and those people are close to our hearts. So ladies and gentlemen, to that end, during the period 2001 to 2007, the PNM delivered on the following. Remember, they introduced CDAP, 500,000 people benefiting. They brought in UNV doctors, approximately 30,000 additional surgeries. They introduced a 5-year strategic plan, that government that is, that sought to the prevention and control of AIDS. They converted Mount Hope. Remember, you used to have to pay to go into Mount Hope. They convert Mount Hope to a free institution, and it moved from 23,000 to 44,000 by 2006. They brought dialysis machines. They recruited foreign doctors. They provided 230,000 free CT, MRI scans, ultrasounds, and X-ray procedures. You know why? Because they wanted to be their brother's keeper and their sister's keeper. They brought in early screening for school children, and of course, adult cardiac care program with over 1,671 procedures. So my brothers and sisters, today here in Mayaro, we are engaging in a well-established tradition, that of educating and accounting to you, the people who have put us here and the people who have mandated us to govern this country's affairs. And permit me to remind you, that the PNM evolved from the People's Education Movement, an organization formed by school teachers after World War II. And this party's founding leader, Dr. Williams, began with a series of education lectures across the country. So here in Mayaro, this evening, history is repeating itself here in the College of Mayaro. And we must all give a big round of applause to our political leader and Prime Minister, the Honorable Patrick Manning, for reminding us of this hallowed party tradition. But not so fast, not so fast. As we report all these successes,